Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Monsoon Live right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Jeffrey Monsoon Meisig, and we're about to Skype with my buddy Christopher Brooker, a local Philly fighter. Let's give him a call. Well, Chris, thank you for joining us here on Monsoon Live. How you doing, buddy?
Good. I appreciate you, calling me for the show.
I actually had a viewer submit a question, and he wanted to know, how long have you been boxing?
I only been boxing officially for about 3 years.
Did you have any amateur experience?
Yeah, my amateur record is actually the same as my pro record right now, 11-2. And the weird thing about it is my first loss happened the same way my first loss happened in my amateur career, and my second loss happened in Vegas, and it was my 13th fight, just like just now. So mine.
What got you into boxing?
Just the sport in itself. It's a real self-made sport. I've always been like athletic. I played football. I did indoor track, outdoor track, powerlifting. I did a lot of sports. So I just like winning. I grew to win and just to compete. So I only been boxing for a few years, but once I got involved, it was just as a hobby at first, and then as I wanted to turn pro, was to provide for my family.
What made you go? You had a short amateur career, and what made you make from that short amateur career to the pro career? I know there's a lot of amateurs out there, and they wait to turn pro. You just went like that.
Well, because like I said, because of the money. It was, I first had my son. My son was born towards the end of my amateur career. Not towards the end, but I had just finished the Golden Gloves out in Vegas, and I lost to the guy that won the whole tournament. And so it's like deja vu all over again. But once I got done with the tournament, when I came back home, like I said, my son was just born a few months prior to that. So it was just a real struggle between going to the gym and going to work. So I just wanted to go pro to where I could do everything, make money and still do what I like to do.
Cool. I know it's not on your Facebook, but I found this out. How'd you get the nickname Ice Cold?
Well, my brothers used to say like I was just, like I was just emotionless. Like I would just fight anybody. That's what really got me in the ring too. Trying to stay out of trouble and not letting my temper get the best of me, using it in a constructive way. In the ring, basically the best way. But my brothers, like they just call it, you ice cold. Like you don't care who you fight, because my friends used to get into arguments, and I would step up and be the one to fight. Just a real troublemaker.
So who do you want to fight coming up, or in your career? Who do you want to challenge?
Right now, coming back off of a loss, I want to face another undefeated fighter. Just I like going up the rankings fast. And it's definitely more money when you go up the rankings. And I'm not looking to fight anybody. I'm not looking to go backwards. You know what I mean? So if I can get an undefeated fighter to go forward, like it doesn't matter to me. Like when I was growing up, a fight is a fight. Like it didn't matter if you were bigger than me or what I mean. It never mattered. I'm not gonna pull a scale out and say, hey, we're gonna get on this scale, and if you my size, we're gonna fight. No. So. I'm not looking at the record. I'm not looking at the amateur background. I don't look at none of that. I look at just the person in front of me. They just in my way. It's a business. That's, we both getting paid at the end of the night. So,
okay,
it's a win-win.
Now, let's talk about your last fight. For folks, we're gonna be posting it on our website and also on the Facebook site so folks can watch some of the fights of the guys we did talk about. Tell us about your last fight. I know to me it was a brutal loss. That knockout was. Ooh. Tell us about it, about the fight.
I was winning the fight. The referees or the judges didn't see it that way. The judges had a draw going into the 10th. So 1 through 9 they had a draw, which I thought was a little political on their end, trying to make sure that Ronald Gravel comes out with the win. But like I said, when I signed the contract, I knew it wasn't a TV fight. I knew it was a Mayweather's venue, which will definitely give a lot of. They just look at him more. They look at the Mayweather fighter more, and that might distract them from what I'm doing. So that's why I come out and I be explosive every round. I'm trying to win the crowd. I'm trying to win the judge. I'm trying to win the ref. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if I get everybody's attention to like me or to just be like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? Like it'll build my fans as well, and also hopefully get me to win. But in the fight, towards the 10th round, he just caught me with it was just a lucky shot. Like, I can't call it nothing more. Like, it was just a real lucky shot. I don't know if I got bad karma, because like I said, this is my second fight in Vegas, losing the same way I lost as an amateur, But like I said, I'm learning on the job, so I don't take nothing as a setback. I take it as a learning experience, and I'm going to move on from it and just got to pick that left hand up. And I should have finished him in the 5th round. I had him down in the 5th round. I should have finished him. That's all. He just had more more experience. His experience level was up, and I guess he waited a little bit because that's why I didn't understand how they had a draw anyway, because he was just taking punches the whole fight. So I'm like, it just made me feel some type of way. I felt like everything happens for a reason, and that was the lesson I needed to learn. You know what I mean? Because I already lost by a split decision that I felt was controversial. So if I would have lost by another one, a lesson wouldn't have been learned. So I feel like I learned a lesson losing by a knockout. Now I know, never get comfortable, never think that you're ahead. I should have finished him in that 5th round. Okay.
Now, how does one move on from a loss? I mean, we have those young fighters out there who might be watching. They just had their first either amateur loss, or if they're a young pro, their first pro loss. How do you handle a loss? And what advice can you give to them?
I take a step back. I look at the fight. I look at the pros and the cons, everything I did good, everything I did bad. What made me lose the fight? You know what I mean? What could I have done to change it? You don't just get up and quit. Winners never quit. You know what I mean? So the only time you lose is when you quit. If you just be like, oh, I'm done, I'm not boxing no more because of one loss, then that shows that you wasn't in it for the legacy to begin with. You was just trying to make a name real quick and it didn't work out. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to build a legacy. It's a lot of fighters that I like that got losses. I think they can beat anybody, and they lost before. So I take that into consideration too. And I don't know if it's because I haven't been boxing that long. I think that there's some of the guys, maybe their family might be pushing them a little too hard. You know what I mean? And they feel like they let their family down. Because I felt the same way my first loss. I wanted to be this undefeated fighter and try to, get my family, to a better position. And it just didn't work out, but it didn't stop me. I'm still providing for my family. I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm still taking care of them. They don't feel no type of way about me losing. My kids don't know I lost. You know what I mean? Like, all they know is daddy's home. He's buying toys and we having a good time. So they just got to look at everything outside of the box. Like, they can't stay inside the ring once they go home. You know what I mean? Like, once the fight is over, it's over. You just got to move on. You really got to be strong-minded. That's all.
Well, before we get to my last question, what advice do you give the folks who want to go into boxing or, just want to get into the sport? What advice do you give them?
I say train hard. You got to be like I said, I've been only boxing for 3 years. So as long as you listen, You follow directions. You know what I mean? And you just train. You gotta want it more than the other person. You gotta train like you want it more. You gotta mentally think that you want it more. You know, and you'll go out there and you'll execute that plan. But if they, you know, you can't play boxing. It's not like a regular sport. It's really not. I done played basketball. I done played a lot, like track. Like I said, I done did a lot of other sports. It's not that type of sport where you could come in and you could play around. You can't play around. You gotta take it serious. You know what I mean? And you gotta, you know, it's a lifestyle. It's not a hobby. It's not a one day thing. You like my quotes be, you know, if you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready. You know what I mean? So like me, like even though I'm at home, I'm doing sit-ups, push-ups, shadow boxing, you know, when my kids is taking a nap, or I'm outside taking them to the park while I'm still throwing my punches, just visualizing the next fight, getting ready mentally for the next fight. So I would tell them, find a gym where you could find a trainer and a coach that's you know, that's dedicated just as much as you, who's gonna tell you what to do, no matter if it's on a nice level. I would say get a mean coach. You know what I mean? Like you want somebody that's gonna tell you to do the stuff that you don't want to do. So, you know, get that coach, the one that makes you mad.
Okay. My last question is, when and where is your next fight? Any news on?
I'm hoping Philly. Everybody want my next one to be in Philly. I'm hoping it's somewhere close. I got a lot of new fans off of the last fight, so I'm hoping that they come see me, because I'm definitely, my next opponent definitely going. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna have to be somebody good, because I smile and I play a lot until I get in the ring. It's all serious, as you can see. So I'm just hoping that, you know, I can get it close to which though I can get family and friends to come out, because, you know, when I went to Vegas, they actually canceled the fight 4 days before the fight was supposed to happen. They canceled the fight, sent out another contract for less money, you know. But like I said, I still took the risk to go out there because I wanted to fight. I needed the money for my family, you know, and I felt like, you know, I felt like I was going to win. Like I said, the only thing I'm upset with myself about is that I didn't knock him out. I should have finished the job when I had the chance. That's all. Other than that, I'm moving on. I'm hoping that we can get at least Philly, Jersey, Chester, you know, somewhere in the tri-state area, so I can get a lot of my fans to come out and show me some support again. I think that was the only thing we was missing out Vegas.
Well, Chris, I know I'm going to be excited if you have a fight here in the Philadelphia area, and we want to thank you for taking the time for joining us here on Monsoon Live. Good luck in your next fight. Obviously, we'll be as soon as you announce it, we'll announce it on the show. Thanks, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate y'all. Eddie, good work.
Thanks.
Thank you.